morning, good morning. Jump on here and find us. I know we were just chatting, but oh, wait, while you're finding us, let me change the settings real fast.
Okay.
We want to be able to share this. Good morning, good morning. I hope you invited people.
I was waving to the airplanes. There's 3 of them now out here. They're kind of noisy. All right, so share out.
1 second. Okay,
I
now
shared
share out.
Okay.
Because now it's public and anybody can watch it. So any of your friends that you want to jump on with us. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I see you. Hi, Robert Dosa.
Hi, Robert.
Deirdre, Wendy. Oh, you guys. Thanks
Sherry,
for coming
come back with us. Okay. Share. All righty.
Deirdre, again. Yeah, you just can't get rid of us.
Yeah. Even when we butt dial her at night. We did figure out that mystery last night. It was Teri. She butt dialed us. So, hi, Karen. Karen Tance joined us.
Karen Tance from Enlightened World.
Hi,
Karen. Thank you for coming on. And yes, we are streaming also on the Enlightened World Network.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find us there. You can find us at How to Connect with Angels, which is Sherry Meyer's site. And if you remember, Sherry Myers was one of the people that shared that her mother is in hospice, and she's there with her. And some of us sent her mother a letter or a card to lift her spirits. Hi, Gary Leslie Horn. Oh my God, it's so good to see you on here. And Sherry Seymour did come back, so.
Good morning, Sherry Seymour. We're going to...
That was fun. Do that again.
And Fernanda Ribeiro is with us. So,
Ribeiro.
I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last
I
name.
butcher names.
I know. So, good morning and welcome. We're enjoying having you with us this morning.
Yeah, we did a little preview before the show, and because Wally is sitting, like, we could almost touch him. He's right outside the space that we are sitting in, and I wanted you to be able to see him, hopefully, on the river, on the video. And these planes are just going to really put on a show this morning.
They are. They're just, wow, they're wired for sound. They're not even usually out on Tuesday, but let's face it, there is no normal anymore.
They don't know that it's Tuesday.
Even they are going against it. It was always Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Right.
And
and if you watched the show before the show, I showed you one landing on the water.
Yeah.
And then taking back off again. That was too cool.
Oh, here he comes again.
That's what they're doing now. They're just, and Wally doesn't like it, so he just popped his little head under the water.
My husband works on their golf carts, so he's told them how much we like the air show.
Right. Hi, Connie Dean. Hi, sweetie. Haven't seen you in a few years now. Hi, Lillianne. Yeah, what is normal, right? There is not one.
There isn't one anymore.
Hi, Diane. Good morning.
Good morning, Diane.
So how is everyone?
Wow.
I don't even know yet how I am. The moon woke me up about 3 o'clock this morning. Hi, Carol Allen.
Hi, Carol.
About 3 o'clock this morning, I woke up wide awake. I didn't know why I was awake, and so I opened my eyes. I'm looking out the window, and there it is. Huge. Like it could have been in the room with me. That's how big it was. And it's a pink moon. We were watching it last night as it was just coming up, and there was a pink glow all around it.
It was
I got
beautiful.
A couple of beautiful pictures. I'll share those in the group. But the picture I got this morning that I used for Thoughts from the River, oh my God, there were no words. Yeah. It was right at the forest. You all have seen us show you the sunsets over the forest. This was the moon setting over the forest. And the reflection down in the water, there were just no words.
Oh, it was gorgeous. And when I came out this morning, about 6:30, 6:35, I've come out to bring the fur babies out for their morning constitutional. And I walked out and the moon just smacked me in the face. It was above the forest over here. And it was huge. You know, it reminded me of that Cher movie. Oh, I can't think of the name of it now, but it was just Moonstruck. It was just, I have goosebumps thinking about it. Hey, good morning. We have a couple of new people, and Sherry Yeager, thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
We have some new people, Jody Spraker and Nori
Jody.
Love, if you've been with us
Nori's
before.
here. Hi. Thank you
welcome.
all for coming in.
Yeah.
And Becky, honey, you feeling
Lily.
down low
Oh.
energy today, but we'll come around.
Oh.
You know, there were a couple of mornings where I woke up like that just recently, and I know Jeryl has too, where, oh my God, you just knew that something heavy had happened inside of you overnight. You've really been working on some stuff. This morning, oh my God, I woke up light as a feather and just seeing that beauty. And that's the thing. There's many ways we can raise our vibration. One of those is through gratitude, giving gratitude for something that you're looking at, or maybe words that somebody's saying to you, like I love you, or you matter. You know, that's a really good one. And I think let's let that be our heart mantra today, that we all share throughout the day and keep in our heart. You matter.
You do.
Every one of us does.
And go easy on yourself, please, because as light workers, as spiritual people, we think that we should be above the darkness. We should see the bigger picture and keep our vibration high. It's so important that we honor those heavier feelings, own them, look at them and go, okay, this is the bigger picture. In this case is we want to all go into 5D. We are ascending as a planet, as humanity, we're ascending. We can't do that. We can't take our 3D baggage on into a 5D world with us. They don't check it in. It will not cross the border. It will not happen. So when you're in those places, get help, and there's a bunch of us here that would be happy to help for sure. Go out in nature, ground, whatever you need to do. And let's help each other as we encounter these aspects of ourselves. The last 3 or 4 days, I have gone from the depths of hell to the heights of heaven with all the stuff that's been coming up. And it is it's so weird. As painful as it has been at times, and it has been rip my heart out, kind of stomp on it, kind of painful. I'm excited because I know that everything is accelerating. Everything is going faster so that we can see where those places, we're getting into the dark corners now, the little nooks and crannies that we couldn't see before. That's what's coming up. And Teri said something about she felt light as a feather this morning. When I woke up this morning, I felt so good. And guess what was at my feet? A white feather was laying on my floor in my bedroom at my feet. It was amazing.
Yeah,
so
and that happened to me a couple of days ago.
Oh, did
Remember?
it?
Yeah, I showed it to you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we have both received feathers in the mornings, and that's a wonderful sign from the angels, or maybe from an ancestor that's sharing with us that they're here. Yes. So hi, Nikki. Wow.
Oh, and Sherry Seymour had a reminder for us all. Put your crystals out tonight in the full moon. I have mine all on trays in that now just for tonight. So we will do that. Yeah. Thank you for that reminder.
Thank you, Sherry. Mine are tucked away at home because I'm not home. Oh, Karen, good morning. And she says she loves it. Oh, what an amazing, beautiful day. Last night, we watched a movie called Breakthrough. And if you all can watch that movie, I really encourage you to do so. But just make sure you have Kleenex. I warned Jeryl, she didn't believe me.
Yeah.
And then as it got into it, she was like, you were right.
You were right. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
But
it was awesome.
The whole point of that movie is to keep the faith.
Yeah.
Keep the faith and really hold that in your heart, that you know this in your heart, that we're so supported by God. We're so loved. And love is that energy that heals. And Kuan Yin told me that. And I use that statement all the time, that love heals. But that movie, doesn't it really bring it to life? And that's a real movie based on real facts.
Story. Yeah.
And that mother, when she went into the room and her son was laying there, and they'd already said he's dead, say your goodbye to him. She poured her heart out with love. She had everybody in the hospital crying. She had us crying.
Oh, yeah.
But watch that movie if you can, and really get the message of it, not just it's such a beautiful movie, because it is, but really feel into the message that love does heal. And all these people that wanted him to live, they cared, but that mother's love, oh my God, she was so connected to spirit. She was so connected, saying, please, pour life back into my son, that you just saw it. I mean, you visually saw the emotion that she was putting forth.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was.
Sherry asked if it was on Amazon Prime or Netflix. It was. We had it on Cloudload. But
you can search for it on one of those and see. It might come up. Yeah. But I have a program called Cloudload. It's similar to the others, but you can search for any movie you want to search for and pull it from the cloud and watch it. You don't have to download it to your computer, although that's an option. But you can watch whatever you want to watch. And I've watched fairly new movies that are still out in the theaters. Yeah. So, and they don't pay me any money to advertise for them.
And we watch book club that way. Robert said he may go live tonight, so we'll keep an eye out for that. And Diane says, and Diane, I agree with you 100%. She said, yesterday was a very tired day. This job of holding the light is 24/7. It is. That's another thing that we would definitely say to all of you. Self-care. It is absolutely important, because all of us are holding the light. Each and every one of us, not just Teri and I, not just Diane, not just those that are on the air, but it takes each and every one of us to keep our vibration high. We're doing things we've never done before. But I have found, and I know Teri has found, and Teri has, I think my schedule's crazy, but hers is even crazier. I'm finding that I have to take moments of time and just sit back and seclude myself and recharge, or I'll go out and I'll take a nice long Epsom salts bath outside. I have an outdoor shower, and I go out there and I just decompress, and I have an ionic foot bath thingy, and I pull the toxins out that way. And now every day, he is moving.
He is almost out of the water.
He is like, his body is up. And what I do, I go to I have a little side yard. Behind me, you see that fence. Well, there's a little bitty yard there. And I put a blanket out, and I lay on that blanket and ground myself. But then I just do what I call cat stretches. I don't know yoga formally at all. So I just move my body however it feels like, and I breathe and just keep breathing. Anything you can do. Okay, go ahead, Teri. She is chopping
Sherry's
at the bit.
here. Sherry Myers.
Oh, hi, Sherry.
Oh, Sherry, please give us an update on your mom, if you would, if you can, in the comments. Sherry, thank you for coming to our coffee this morning. Oh, what a treat. So anybody that doesn't know, Sherry Myers is doing a movie about how angels are real. They are real. And Sherry has a beautiful website. It's called The Angel Lady. I don't know if it's .com. So Sherry, I need your help with that. But Sherry's mother is so delightful and a beautiful artist.
Her artwork is amazing.
She's in her 90s, and Sherry is up in New Hampshire with her right now, helping out because her mom was just put in hospice. And we decided to do letters of love to Sylvia. So, Sherry, I don't know if Sylvia is there with you right now or not, but if you are, Sylvia, or if you can show this to her, Sherry. Sylvia, we love you.
We love you, Sylvia, and we love your artwork. It lifts my spirit. I absolutely love your artwork. Sherry, thank you for sharing that slideshow.
Yes.
If you go to Angelic River Family, which is our group, and I think is it under Sylvia, her slideshow?
Yes, there is a
on
topic.
the topics, there's a topic
Sylvia.
that is Sylvia. And just go to that and you can see a slideshow of her artwork. It's just breathtaking. I love it. And a lot of florals and just beautiful, 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 beautiful work. So do take that in. Again, another way to raise your vibration. Look at beauty. Look at artwork. Look at nature. It all raises our vibration, which builds our immunity system.
Yeah. Feel into gratitude, because that's what Sherry's doing right now. And so that's raising her vibration and our vibration. Oh, it's so moving to see her read them.
Yes. And I want to say good morning, Tony Freeze, and happy belated birthday. I just saw that it was your birthday. I'm sorry I missed it, but happy birthday. He's out in Washington State. So Tony used to live here in Florida. So happy birthday, belated. I hope it was a great one.
And Sherry says she's at the lake now and she'll share this out later. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.
And Sherry, if you have a minute, just please type in the website where people can go and find out all about the Angel Lady movie. Because I really want to spread that message far and wide about that wonderful movie that you wrote and that's being filmed. Yeah.
Good.
It's amazing. And Sherry interviews a lot of light workers that do believe in angels.
Right. And
she has beautiful meditations. So please, Sherry, let us know how to find that website. She says, yes, yes, yes.
And if y'all are new, Teri and I started this is Teri's brainchild. She came, as you know, she came up from Fort Lauderdale for the Day of Transformation and got stuck here with us. And she was out here and thought, I would love to share this beauty. So we're here every morning live at 7:30 a.m. We come out here by the river for coffee and conversation and gators, which Wally, we've all named Wally. If you go to our page, it's a public page, Angelic River Family, we would love to have you join us. And we do workshops. We do free workshops. We've done a couple of workshops on grief. We do have an upcoming workshop that we're going to be doing on addictions and breaking sugar, because now that have all this time, we're isolated, we have to practice self-care and really go in and do that deep dive within to heal those 3D things and the addictions and everything else. So we were talking about starting on Friday. Was that right, Teri? Are we thinking we're going to shoot for Friday?
Yeah, we can get all of that information together and give it to you. I'm going to interrupt you just a minute. Hi, Sheila. My sister Sheila is
hi, Sheila.
on.
Hi.
Christine O'Rourke joined us, and Sherry did put in the website, but she also said, for the podcast, let's send everyone to How to Connect with Angels on Facebook.
Yes,
well, we are live streaming right now, Sherry, on How to Connect with Angels. So anybody there can see it as well and share it out. So, check it out.
And I've been live streaming Rising Up with Jeryl on How to Connect with Angels as well.
That's right.
That is such an amazing group. Thank you. I am so grateful to you, Sherry, for creating that and creating the following, because that's the message we're all trying to get out, isn't it? That we need to raise our vibration. We need to stay together. We're all one.
We are one.
Yeah. And just real quickly about the workshop on Friday, if people would give us some idea of what kind of times work, because we're all over the world here now. We've got our moderator, one of our moderators who's in the UK. We've got people in Norway. And I know there's been some others coming from some other countries. So we really want this to be all inclusive live. We'll do replays, obviously, but we really want you to be there live if possible, because there'll be a lot of interaction. So do let us know.
Hi, Debbie. Debbie Hendricks is on, and Julie Kiss says
hi
to
Debbie.
Everyone. Now, Robert, her show is every Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Whatever that translates to where you are. I think it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK.
10, 11, 12, 1. Yes. Yeah, I had to count on my fingers. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Okay, 1 a.m. So,
and Fran Marley came on with us. Hi, Fran. And yes, Becky, that is going to be a great movie. I've seen some of the information about it, which you can find on that website that Sherry gave us.
I'm really looking forward to it.
And, you know, that's like we were saying earlier about the Breakthrough movie. It's the trust and the faith inside.
Yeah.
And once, who was it? Oh, Wayne Dyer that says, you'll see it when you believe it.
Right.
You will see it when
That's
you believe
so true.
it. So take that little thought that maybe angels are real. Maybe God is real. You know, there's some people I know in the world that don't believe that God is real. They think this, you know, whatever we are, a science experiment or something, and we live this in these bodies, and then we die, and then that's it. Yeah. And there are people that really believe that, and I'm not forcing a belief on anybody. I'm just saying, take that thought of what if?
Yeah.
What if it's real? And then expand it from there, because if you just let that little bit of trust and faith in, you're going to find that miracle. What was it that Jesus said? If you have the faith the size of a mustard seed,
yes,
you can move mountains. Yes, you can do anything.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Good morning, Tammy Sanders. How are you this morning?
Hi, my darling Tammy. I hope you're doing well in isolation.
Yeah. How's it going down in Fort Lauderdale?
Oh, I hear Fort Lauderdale's a nightmare. From the reports of people that I've talked to.
Fran is in the house. I missed that. I'm so sorry, Fran. There you are, Fran. I apologize.
And Helene Burke. Hi, thank you for coming on.
Good morning, Helene.
To all of you that are here. We're just having
and Lily.
We're having coffee and just chatting this morning.
Yes.
You know, some days Spirit gives us a little topic to bring up, but today it just feels good to visit with family.
Yeah. Hang out.
And you know, we don't get to do that right now. We don't get to visit with family. Jeryl can't go over and see her parents because they're older. So even though family is close for you,
a mile away
in vicinity, with this, you know, staying put for good reason, because we don't want to bring anything to them. We don't want to receive anything. So this is a way to be with family. I know my sister came on, my niece came on. I can't remember. There was, I think, a couple of others in my family that came on. So this is our time right now to just say hi to everybody and see, you know, how everybody's doing. We try to keep the vibration here very high. So if you come on and you are not feeling it, then just stick around and feel the love that's here, because there's a lot of love here in this group. And I know Jeryl and I both try to pour out as much love as we can, because there's a lot in our hearts.
Yes, there is.
There's a lot to be grateful for.
This is going to sound weird. And Wendy, your answer to your question, I'm showing 22. Awesome. She can't see how many viewers, and I'm showing 22. Now we're up to 24. You know, I am so much happier now, in spite of everything that's going on. I feel happier than I've ever felt, because I feel like, and I'm pretty sure this is the same for a lot of you, that this situation, this pandemic, has called me out to step up to my life's mission. And when we're doing what our soul came here to do, we get happy.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm not dealing with the dark corners, as I was talking about earlier, but because I'm fulfilling my soul, my heart's mission, I'm happier than I've ever been. And I'm okay with going through the dark places and that, because that just means when I get on the other side of that next dark step, I'm going to be even happier. And it's a happiness that isn't brought by anything. It's not a material thing that I have or anything. It is a heartfelt soul happiness of going, wow, I'm finally doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think each and every one of us are finding that. I know our friend Wendy last night, there are things that she is being called to now to do, and she is stepping out more. Each and every one of us are stepping out in our own way. And it doesn't have to look like this.
Right.
It can be so many things. And Wendy, she works with dogs that homeless people have on the street, and she's really involved in raising a lot of money. That is really good stuff, and food for animals that wouldn't have food, especially maybe never, but in this time, even more so.
Yeah.
So find that which makes your soul, that makes your soul sing.
Yeah. And I want to say hello to Ann Koiken. This is Tiffany's daughter. Annie, I don't know if you're still in Australia. If you're still with us, you might have just popped in for a moment. But if you're still there, let us know if you're still over there in Australia. She's off at college. And that would be tough to be that far away during all this time of that we're going through. Yeah. So just let us know. Janice Paul is watching. Good morning, Janice. And Carol Allen, I saw that you keep getting kicked out, and that I want you to stop that statement, I'm not meant to be here, because you are meant to be here.
Yes, you are.
And this is just a Facebook thing. It's nothing about you. Sometimes Facebook kicks me out even if I'm broadcasting. So just come back in, refresh, and come back in. And do you know, Carol, that a similar thing happened to me. Karen Palmer was doing this live broadcast with several of us women, and I kept getting kicked out and kicked out and kicked out. And I went into a depression because I thought, because I think everything has a reason, right? So I'm thinking, I'm not good enough. I don't have anything important to say. And I really went into a deep, dark depression over it. And I found out the next day that everyone in my area, it was something to do with the telecommunications in this area. And it wasn't just me. Everyone was getting kicked off of Facebook, and it was happening to everybody. And so what that did for me was it made me realize, that I had some issues about my self-worth and about my voice and what I had to contribute. So it did have a reason, but it wasn't the reason I thought. It was the reason it was showing me there was something in me that I had to heal, because guess what? If I hadn't have seen that, I wouldn't be doing this with Teri right now. Yeah. And that's the thing too with the ego. The ego jumps to the worst possible scenario instead of taking a pause. And this is something I use with my clients. I'm a life coach. And one thing I use with them is, instead of that immediate reaction, just pause. And it's like, and I say this so much, we're all living a movie. This is our movie of this life. So you're watching this movie play out right in front of you. If you get to a point where something happens to trigger you, or somebody says something and it upsets you, or an incident like getting kicked off and not being able to get back in, hit that pause button. You all know how to hit pause on something that you're watching, right? Just hit the pause button and just breathe and say, okay, let me just feel into this. And then turn the play button back on and see if you look at it a little differently. It's just that, and it doesn't take long. I'm not saying take a break for half an hour. Just pause for a minute and breathe. The breath. Oh, we can't stress this enough, how important it is to focus on that breath. And the breath is what's going to bring you back to center. It's going to balance you. If you just focus on the breath going into your lungs. I've even, at times, I've said to myself, I am breathing. I am breathing, to bring the focus to the breath. So it does work. It does help. Sharon Boyle just arrived in the house.
Good morning,
Sharon in the house.
Sharon is also over in the UK, and she shares videos with us all the time. I love those tree pictures. Absolutely amazing. I love them. They make me feel so good.
And Leisha Stewart, I don't recognize that name. And Christina Haywood Louise. Thank you all for being here. And Wendy, our darling moderator, is here. Wendy, can you please put up our group name?
Carol,
pretty, please.
I wanted to say something to Carol again. She says, thanks, Jeryl. I'm feeling unsettled today. Honey, I totally get it. But I want to tell you something. When I see your name it makes my heart feel good. You've been in our workshops, you come, you show up, and honestly, I really look forward to seeing you every morning. So please don't stop coming in. Please, 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 because I mean, look, I have tears in my eyes. This is like really, really heartfelt. You are important to me. Yeah. And I know you're important to everyone, because here's the thing. Each and every one of us that are here, we bring an energy to the table. Every single one of us, whether just because you're not on camera doesn't mean you're not impacting this. It's just that we're the only two here. So this is how this is going down. So please, 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 please keep coming back in. If anybody gets kicked out, we need everybody. We are a collective. We are one. And we are family. I'm goofy this morning. I'm just feeling really good.
We are. The vibration is very light.
Yes.
So I want to share that today at 5 o'clock, I'm hoping that you all will come on with me. It's my only other live today, okay? Today, so I'm starting my day and ending my day on the web. But at 5 o'clock, I have this beautiful angel lady that's coming on with me. Her name is Callista, and she is in Scotland, and she channels the female archangels. And this is something we haven't had a lot of writing about. I think hers may even be the first book. She just published a book through Hay House called The Female Archangels. And she is going to let us know what those angels are saying. So I really hope that you'll come on at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. It's called Gratitude Happy Hour. And yes, we're going to get our gratitude on. Yes. We're going to talk about angels, and you're going to see the beauty of this woman who I just didn't even want to stop talking to her. I did an interview that I pre-recorded to go onto the radio. I didn't want her to stop talking. That's how much beauty, love, joy just exudes from her presence. So I hope that you all will come on. And yes, Sherry Myers, you are the one that introduced me to this beautiful woman. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Because Callista, we're doing a radio show together. And then she's coming on my Gratitude Happy Hour. And she's going to do a meditation for us on Enlightened World Network. And she will be with us in June when we do our Day of Transformation. So yeah, I hooked her up for everything. I'm like, okay, can we have you this day? Can we have you this day? Yes. I know she's going to probably get tired of me, but she's such a beautiful, beautiful energy. Oh, thank you, Sherry Seymour. Looking forward to the show. Yes, Gratitude Happy Hour. You can find that at Enlightened World, and you can also find it on my timeline. And How to Connect with Angels on Sherry's timeline.
Lily's got to go, but she's sending her love, and Lily will hold you up in prayer. She's having a really difficult physical day. She's in a lot of physical pain and everything. So
Lily, we love you.
We will hold you up, Lily, and be with you as you go throughout your day.
Absolutely. Lily, fill into the love, and when we do our prayer circle at the end, we are all going to hold you up in that prayer circle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Sharon people thought it was live and talking about disregard for the rules. Yeah.
And
I think it maybe is something about she was posting some of her videos in that, and people thought she was disregarding the rules. And I mean,
what rules?
Probably the social distancing. I don't know for sure what that all meant.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if you could expand upon that.
Well, the thing is that we.
Oh, okay. Here's what it was. She had another one. Last night I caught Elaine Leonard live, and then Erica Craven posted Metallica concert from 2009. But there were 44,000 of us watching. Okay, that's what it was.
I love Metallica. Yeah. I want you all to know.
We have to see some of these pictures.
Back in the day.
Yeah. I've
back
seen
in the day,
pics.
I walked every day, and I walked for about 5 miles. Do y'all remember the old Walkmans? This is how back I'm going here, okay? I had a Walkman with a cassette in it, and it was Metallica's Black album. If you all are familiar with that, it had Enter Sandman, all of those really great hits that Metallica did, for all you heavy metal people. That music has such a rhythm to walk to. You can't walk slow. You have to just like keep up the pace. I walk for 5 miles every day listening to Metallica, not really listening to their oh my God, I'm sorry, Wally, under the dock, right there.
Okay.
Okay, we have a gator alert.
I do not see him, but that's okay. I'll see him eventually.
Okay, let's just stay there. Don't come any closer, please. Just went under.
There, I see the bubbles.
Yeah, I just dove
Okay,
under. Okay. Well, anyway, that brought the adrenaline up.
I'm going to take the girls in and put them in the house.
All right.
I sure don't. They move fast. When they're ready to move, they move fast.
So anyway, I would walk to this beat. And so, yeah, I have no problem with heavy metal. I have no problem with really any music unless it's derogatory lyrics. And there's some of that. So that's just something I stay away from. Wally does love Metallica. Obviously, he loves our energy this morning because he decided to come pay us a visit. Deep breath. Nothing else matters. Oh, I love that song. And, I know the song isn't about this, but when you want to go see mommy? Go see mommy. Go get a treat.
Come on, let's have a treat.
Go on.
Come on,
so,
let's go have a treat.
Nothing else matters.
Come on.
Makes you look at yourself. These are the words, anyway. Make you look at yourself and see that what matters is you. We said earlier our mantra today is you matter, but let's make it I matter. I matter. And we all do. And somebody else said, I am worthy. So these are some of the affirmations, the positive affirmations is how we lift our spirit, how we get to that sense of who we are and increase that sense of worthiness inside. You can even put your hand on your solar plexus, which I'm doing right now. If you put your hand on your solar plexus, which is right at the top of your abdomen, and you say, I matter, I am worthy, I deserve great and wonderful things in life, you're going to feel a difference. You will start to feel those words sinking in, and the more you say them, the more that energy is going to come out for you. I matter. Feel that. I matter. I am somebody. I am important. And I know there's people that have a hard time saying those words. I had a hard time saying those words. The family that I grew up in was not a close family. We were close physically because there were many of us, but close in the heart, where I never heard those words. I never, ever heard, you matter. You are important. I never heard that until about 6 years ago. And about 6 years ago, I was in a very dark place. So I was listening to meditations to try to raise my vibration. And one meditation that I came across was by a lady called Lisa Nichols. And Lisa she's a bomb. She just explodes energy of love. And in her meditation, which was Discover Your Worthiness, I encourage anybody to go on YouTube and find that video. Discover Your Worthiness. It's very emotional, so you might want to have tissues if you listen to it. But the first time I listened to that video, and it gets to the part where she says, you are worthy. You have always been worthy. I lost it. I'm like, nobody had ever said that to me before. Not my biological family, not the 2 marriages that I had. I never heard that I was worthy. And there's something about hearing it. So I want you all to hear it. You are worthy. You matter. And really feel that. Let's take a moment to just really feel the worthiness right now. I am worthy. Pull that energy into your heart right now. I matter. I am worthy. I deserve happiness. I deserve joy. I deserve to have fun. Life it's about fun. We should be having fun. My friend Bob Miller, I lost him a few years ago, and we talked every day. We either talked on the phone or we texted all day. And every day of our time together, we were just friends. He was across the country from where I was. But every day he would say the words, Teri, life should be fun. Life should be lived and experienced. And go out and play on the playground. Go out and swing on the swing set. Slide down the slide. And he would have pictures of him swinging on the swing set. And he was in his 60s. It doesn't matter. We're all kids inside. We all have that little child inside of us that wants to play, that wants to have fun, that doesn't want to be pushed down and told to sit down and shut up and not be heard or seen, because that was my childhood. Don't be heard or seen. So I just really want you all to feel those words and type them in. I matter. Everybody, right now, wherever you are, type it into the comments. I matter. And don't just type it, but feel it when you type it. Feel those words. And I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention if anybody came in, because I was like in a moment and spirit just kind of took over. I matter. Thank you. Thank you. Whew. All right, you're going to have to talk because I can't.
Oh. And Sharon said she tells her kids how much she loves them. She's constantly complimenting them. And I have to say, Sharon, it is evident in the videos I've seen. I've loved that you've shared your daughters with us and videos. And they have such beautiful souls. They, what she was saying, when we compliment each other, when we point out the things that we appreciate about each other, the gratitude that we have for each other, it makes our hearts grow. It makes our souls grow. We can't compliment each other enough. Now, I'm not talking about superficial compliments. I mean,
not about ego.
From the heart, sincerely, I am so grateful that you do this for me, or you model this behavior for me, or I really like this about you. This is something, and you can tell, because, and they've done study after study after study and experiment on this. People who are nurtured and loved and hugged and complimented in that sense of appreciated, and it's verbalized to them, they blossom. Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of this in our group. And I think this is a really common story with a lot of light workers, that they grew up in families that were very critical,
dysfunctional,
very dysfunctional. Yeah. Keep in mind, we all chose that. Okay. So for whatever reason, we had to have that type of an upbringing so that we could work from there. I love my family. I love my family so much, but we certainly had our issues. Mm-hmm. And my self-esteem, I'm 6'1". I was 6'1" when I was in 6th grade. Well, no, I was 6 foot in 6th grade. I hit 6'1" by 7th grade. So I was bullied my whole life. I'm 62 years old now. And I became agoraphobic for quite some time. And even though when I look back at pictures and I go, oh my gosh, you were actually really pretty. When people would look at me up until just pretty much even recently, and it still comes back at times, I think people are making fun of me. It never even dawns on me that they're going, oh yeah, you look nice, or I automatically go to that. Mm-hmm. And my self-worth, that has been a lifelong healing for me, and I'm still healing that. Doing this, coming out like this, it's really scary. It's really vulnerable, but I think that we all chose these paths. Most of us, I know we've had story after story in this group of people that have been in horrifically abusive relationships, and we know what that does, and we have to overcome that challenge. But here's the thing, with our children that we're raising up and with each other, it can help us through those challenging times so much more if we build each other up, if we sincerely acknowledge what we love about another person and what we're grateful for. It shines out. It shines out. And that's what we're moving from, is that 3D. We all chose that for a reason, up into that 5D where, like Sharon's daughters, they just shine out. They're probably in 5D a lot. So think about who you can appreciate and show gratitude for. And when you're interacting with people, please tell them why you love them. Please tell them what makes them special in your world and in your life, and do it regularly. I have a tendency to be a bit hard on my husband at times. And the other morning, I realized that I wasn't grateful enough for him. He was in the kitchen. It was so funny. He was in the kitchen. It was in the morning. And I walked up and I said, I'm really sorry that I've been taking you for granted. And I have. And I said, I just want you to know that I love you. And I really am grateful. And I appreciate you. I appreciate that you have made it possible for me to do what I'm doing in the world. And I'm really sorry I took you for granted. And he looked at me like I had three heads. He's like, what?
Like, what'd I do?
Yeah. And I said, no, I'm serious. I really have taken you for granted. And this time is really making us see how much, how important we are in each other's lives, and where maybe we aren't.
Yeah. And that's a good point too, because you don't have to do anything, to appreciate, or somebody doesn't have to do something for you to appreciate them for who they are and for the spirit that they are. And thank you all for letting me cry this morning. Yes. I'm an ugly crier.
Oh, here, do you need another?
No, I'm good. Okay. I got it. But I'm going to turn the camera around, and I want you all to start putting your prayer requests in.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that it's about time to do that.
Yeah. I
know, Sharon, you've been talking, and thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, absolutely.
We all have things in our past, and the important thing to remember is that we don't live there anymore.
Right.
We are not our past. We are, as my Facebook profile says, we are the culmination of all of our life experiences.
Right.
And Lisa Nichols, I brought her up, and I will post that video in our Angelic River family group. She says we needed every one of these experiences. Don't regret any of them, even the bad ones, because it made us who we are right now. It brought us to this place where we are in this now moment. So don't think that you have to go back and erase and start over. That's part of this personality that we are in these skin suits.
Yeah.
We are all of that experience. So
Absolutely.
Don't regret anything in life. Don't regret anything you've done, anything you've been through. We need it all. We need that experience. That's why we're here. We came here for all of this,
Absolutely.
for the lessons and the blessings. And we came here for such a time as this, when we can all come together and into the oneness and find our soul groups and say, hey, Remember, we signed up for this.
Yeah.
We decided to do this. It wasn't anybody else that decided it. We decided it.
And so I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that come on here, because when I say I see your names, and I get excited of the new names, but all the other names, and I'm not going to name them because I know I'll forget one and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But each and every one of us that have gotten to know each other over the last few weeks, it makes my heart sing in the morning. It makes me feel so good, and it starts my day out in such a positive way. I go through the day and I think, oh wow, okay, what a blessing. I mean, what a blessing. And I do not take your to come and sit here with us for an hour and to participate with us and hang out with us. It's like a good friend that, like you're not feeling well, and it may not be the one thing they want to do the most, but it's like, no, I'm part of this family. I'm part of this, and I'm going to go be with them this morning. And I mean, it's not always easy for some of us that are on the East Coast to get up really early, or to stay up late wherever you're at. But you do. And I certainly do not take that for granted. And I am truly grateful for each and every one of you, because you make my heart sing. Have all of you
here. It's not. Yeah, our battery's going to die, and I can't get it to start charging.
Oh, okay. So if we lose you, don't go away. We'll be back.
It's one of those mornings. Have you noticed
let me
that?
go make sure that you're plugged in. I thought you were.
Okay, yes, it is one of those mornings. No, it's not charging. Yeah, the battery's probably going to die before we get off. I hope not. So let's just send energy to my computer that it will stay on. And I see the picture was fuzzy. I'm sorry about that.
Is it charging now? Charging now?
Not charging.
Okay, let's record then. Let's see if it's the cord. Well,
nothing happened.
Okay.
Wait a minute. No. Not charging.
Okay, computer then. All right. Well, if we lose you... Something glitched.
Oh, there it goes.
Yay!
Oh, wait. There it went. Hang on. Don't touch it yet.
Sorry.
Charging.
Okay,
Thank you all.
yay,
Thanks for
yay.
sending energy to the computer so it would realize that it needs to do something. And thank you all for starting to put in your prayer requests, because it is that time.
Yes, Sharon.
And
Sharon said she missed the first 25 minutes. Are you both feeling okay? Yes.
Oh, yeah,
we
Sharon.
Are. Thank you, honey.
We're doing good, honey. So
okay.
Go ahead and start putting your prayer requests in for any new people that haven't been with us before. We lift each other up. That's what we do. And when we say prayer, that's what we're doing. We're lifting up anything that might be on your heart that you want prayers, and lifting up for any people that you want to bring up for us to lift up. If it's a family member, a friend, we always pray for the world. I'm still keeping an eye on Wally over there.
Yeah, we have some, and I want to bring these up. Sherry Seymour says prayers for all the healthcare workers at this time, especially during the crisis. Daisy Wallace, of course, we're continuing to hold her up. But here's a new one. The UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson had got the virus, okay? And he was doing really well. They put him in the hospital yesterday, and he went into ICU last night. Now, they said it was just precautionary, but I don't care what your political views are. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other in whatever country it's in. However, our leaders at this time, it's crucial. We're unstable enough. And so please send a lot of prayers to Boris Johnson. And his fiance also is pregnant, and she has the coronavirus. So they really need to be held up in prayer. And if y'all would do that.
Hi,
And
Belinda.
and
Yes,
Julie,
keep putting your
kiss
prayers.
your husband. Absolutely, absolutely. Jody Breaker says prayers for strength and healing to all through this time we were going through. Yes. Good morning, Belinda. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing today?
And any of you, as you're typing your prayers in, just hold that, if it's a person, just hold that person in your heart, because we're going to take them to Spirit and have Spirit help them.
Yes.
Our energy is Spirit. That's what we are inside of this.
Yeah.
But we're taking it up to our higher power. And this is not a religion for anybody that's new. We want to make that statement.
Yes.
We're not a religious show. We are a spiritual show, because we are Spirit. And it doesn't matter what your belief is. It doesn't matter what you call God, that higher power.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We are just open. And anybody that wants to come in, no matter what your beliefs are, you're here with us.
Right.
And we're all here together. We're in this together.
Because we are one.
We are. And we're going to
one.
Feel into that oneness.
Yes. We are all part of that divine spark.
Yeah. So I think I started to say, and didn't, that as you bring in your prayer requests, we're going to go into a meditation time together and bring all of those prayer requests to God, ever how you envision God. So that's what this part of our wonderful morning show is all about. Good morning, Connie Elkins Moore. You're
Connie.
here just in time for prayers, Connie. So if you have anything you want to add to the mix, anybody that wants to put them in, and it doesn't matter if you type it in or you speak it out loud or you think it, that prayer request is what we are going to hold as the meditation happens and we lift that up. Okay, so let's start to center, because I see it's already 25 after.
Okay.
And we do read through, if you type it in, we do read through those prayer requests. We do hold you up for whatever's on your heart. So let's feel into that oneness right now and start to breathe. As you breathe in and focus on the breath, place your hand on your heart to bring that breath right to your heart center. And let's start to calm down the energy. Maybe you're bringing up something, or someone has stirred something inside, some emotion, some compassion. Sometimes when we feel something so passionately, it really brings that to the surface with emotions. We start crying, as I did, or we just start to feel maybe some sadness over the situation that's happening in the world. But let's go into that place inside where that compassion is. Let's go into our heart center, the seat of our soul, and let's connect in there. And really hold that person in your heart. I'm going to call in the angels this morning. I feel like there's so many that are connected here that could use a touch from an angel today. So I'm calling in Archangel Raphael. Raphael is the healing angel, and I feel right now that he's already taking these prayer requests to carry them all the way up to God. Thank you, Raphael. I feel his touch with many of you. I see him going from person to person in your individual place that you are, and letting you see his beautiful presence. I call on Archangel Michael, the angel of protection, to surround each of us individually wherever we are, and to surround us here as a group as we've gathered together. Thank you, Michael. Please protect our Earth planet as well. And I know you are. I have that faith and that trust that this is in your hands. This is in God's hands. It's our job just to believe and to trust and to keep pouring that compassion into the energy of the earth. And I ask Archangel Gabriel to be with us, that beautiful angel that helps us to see things more clearly, to hear more clearly, to really be laser focused on what it is that we want, whether it's for other people to heal, for ourselves to heal, whatever that focus is that's needed for our spiritual self to feel and to heal. Gabriel can help us with that. And I call in Archangel Jeryl. Archangel Jeryl will help us to become more centered and balanced in our life. And that is so needed right now when the world seems to be tilted on its edge. So feel into the centeredness. Feel into the balance. Feel your body start to become more upright and not leaning. And thank you to these archangels who came in. I asked for any other angels to be present. I ask for our spirit guides and our ascended masters. For some reason, I'm hearing to call in Buddha today, that wonderful accepting energy, just accepting everyone as they are, no judgment, only love. So let's raise our vibration by focusing our energy to the top of our heads right now, the crown chakra. And I'm sending some healing energy for anyone who may feel that their crown chakra is a little closed off. Just envision the energy swirling around the crown and see it start to open up to accept the love coming into it. Accept the spiritual energy that will come right into your crown chakra. I want you to see a white light of energy coming directly into your crown right now. That's coming from God's source energy. Let it come directly down into your heart and anchor there in your heart. And see it as it starts to expand out now from your heart. See that white light going to your family, to your friends, to your country. It's that wide, it's that big. See it covering everywhere, the whole country you're in. Anyone that may be affected by what's going on, which pretty much is all of us, but those that have contracted the illness or any illness, any disease that's going on. I'm thinking of our dear Lily Ann and Daisy, all of you who have put loved ones in there. See it covering them with this beautiful light. See this light covering our healthcare workers, our frontline support during this time, the paramedics, the ambulance drivers, the hospital workers, the doctors, the nurses. See it covering all of them with a special strength as they minister to those who are hurting right now, who are ill, not just from this disease, who are ill from any disease. There are many, many people in the world that have illnesses that require medical attention. So they need to have the doctor's care. They need to have some of them hospital care. And I'm thinking of my darling niece who is going to require more surgery. And it's such a bad time right now for that to happen, as the hospitals are overrun with patients right now. So let's lift up anybody that's in that similar condition where they require surgery or some life-saving support like dialysis. And now that you have covered your country, let's spread it even beyond that. And let's look at our planet. Let's hold the vision of our wonderful blue earth. As you look at it, see the sun that's up above it. See that bright light from the sun shining down on the earth. Let that warmth of the sun cover every bit of the earth. And now looking back at the earth, see the moon. We have a beautiful pink moon right now. It's so awesome to see that reflection as we look up at it, see the energy that it brings forth. It really affects our emotions. It affects the water. So see the moon as a healing energy. See it as an opportunity to let go. Let go of anything that you're holding on to that's not helping you in any way, that's not for your best and highest good. Now holding that vision of the earth with the sun up above, with the moon up above, see the earth start to become covered with beautiful white light. It's a combination of the sun and the moon energy. It's the blanket of love that we're all sharing together to lift up our planet and all the inhabitants of the planet, whether it be humans or animals, nature, the trees, the water. As our wonderful Osprey is lending her voice as well, sharing some gratitude out for the day. Just listen to her sound for a moment. And she's singing out her love song. Let that be our love song as well. Let it be healing as we listen to nature. Beautiful. And you are beautiful. And aren't we all beautiful? Feel into that beauty. So now that we have covered our planet with love, we've brought our prayers to God. Let's lift each other up. That's right here, right now. Let's do our heart telephone, as our wonderful Deirdre has termed it, and we love it. We've adopted that for our group, to do a heart telephone to each other. And we're going to do this by seeing each other. We all have in us that desire to be seen, to be acknowledged. And that's what we do at the end of all of this love that we pull from Spirit. We're going to share that love. We're going to acknowledge each other. We're going to see each other, the Spirit that's inside of us. So envision that we're in a circle and there's somebody on the left side of you and there's somebody on the right side of you. And you're going to reach down and take their hand. And as you do so, transmit the love that's in your heart through your hands. Let them really feel that love coming from you. You know what it's like when you physically hold somebody's hand. If you give it a little squeeze, they really feel your energy. So squeeze that person's hand that's sitting next to you or standing next to you. And as you do that, as you squeeze their hand, look them in the eye and say, I love you.
I love you.
Oh, that feels so yummy. Pass it around. Let it go from heart to heart. Everybody's receiving love right now. Even you, as you've given from your heart some beautiful love, receive it back a millionfold. It really expands as you give it out and comes back to you. And then we want to say to the whole group, not just to the person on one side or the other, we're going to say to every one of you, ready? 1, 2, 3. I love you. And let's send that love out today, wherever we are, well, we don't really go anywhere anymore. If you do, it's to the grocery store, but do it in the grocery store. But as you're communicating with people in your life today, whether it's through a message, a phone call, maybe they're there with you, your family, just say, I love you. Say, you matter. Let's tell people that today. I love you and you matter. And you do. You all matter so deeply, matter to myself, to Jeryl Ann. I know we matter to each other because I see your beautiful comments. I do go into the group and try to respond to as much as I can. But you matter. And that's what I want to leave you with my meditation. I love you and you matter. And I'm going to turn the camera back around. I see it got a little blurry anyway. I don't know what happened there. We'll come back to us so we can say goodbye to all of you beautiful people for the day, or at least for this show. And my camera's being wonky. There it goes. Oh, so another reminder, 5 o'clock today. Come on to Gratitude Happy Hour and immerse in some more angel energy. Oh, I forgot to say thank you. I'm so sorry. Thank you, angels.
Yes.
Thank you, angels, for being. Thank you for being. Thank you, God, for being. And thank you for our connection that we can have with the angels, with spirit. It just feels so good to be immersed in that energy. And thank you all for participating. Oh, my sister Billy, I love you too, honey.
Hi, Billy. And thank you for all your wonderful comments. And
yes.
And, you're right, Connie. It is the perfect day for this. Every day is the perfect day. Yeah. But today there's a quality even on the energy out here at the river that is different. Yes. And I don't know if it's because of the full moon.
I think it's the moon energy.
But it feels different to me today.
Lots of love.
It really does. Yeah. And again, if there's anyone that needs any special help, reach out. Please reach out.
Angel's fine. She's right here.
Yeah, Angel's doing really good. Yeah. She had a really rough day, and there was some, one of the things, and I'll just say this quickly, when you're putting out so much light, the dark is really scared right now. And so there's a lot of dark that can come in. And what we feel happened with her yesterday was that she saw something that had come on to the property. And we did camphor and we did the Lord's Prayer and we did a bunch of stuff. And she settled down then shortly. A little bit, but as we continued to clear the property and to raise the energy up again and get rid of whatever it was, she settled right down. Mm-hmm. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Billy says she enjoyed seeing Wally this morning. We did a pre-show show because Wally was so close, and he came even closer during the show. But yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? To give you all a little just a little view of the river before we went on, because we were busy setting up and getting everything together. So thank you for saying that and for appreciating that.
They got to look at our studio.
Yeah, and our studio where we're set up here on the deck. It's just marvelous, and you all are marvelous. I love you all so much.
Thank you.
And just hold that thought all day today. I matter. I matter. You all do.
And little Brookie wants to say hello too. Yes. She's the one. We had to put him in for a minute because of the gator, and she was barking, so we had to bring them back out. They were not going to be letting us do this without them. So.
And Sharon Boyle, that would be a big no. I would not let Wally lick my toes because, I don't think he would stop at the toes.
I don't think so.
So
yeah, it would be the Jeryl Ann coffee and conversation hour in the morning if that were the case.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you. Thank you to all of you.
Everybody
you've warmed my heart today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And thank you for filling into that love of being worthy and mattering. I matter. And I will put that video into the group, so I hope you'll watch it and feel that also. Oh, your wee dog, Brookie. She is a wee dog.
She is. You can see Angel's tail wagging. Her daddy's home. He had to go have blood drawn at the VA this morning. So look at this.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get whiplash here.
Yes.
Okay. I love you guys.
Kelly. Good morning and bye-bye, everybody. We
have
love
an
you.
absolutely amazing
tomorrow.
day. And she's after something. Yeah. Oh, a bird.
A bird.
Angel's bird chasing.
Bye, everybody. Have
Bye,
a great
everyone.
day.
Love you so much.